I am going to. I gotta think about it tonight.
And then he gets mad.
It's a cold.
We're not asking him.
Just shocked me out of nowhere.
We do it every Wednesday. It's a budless promo. Groundbreaking
I'll have
plays.
some for you at the top of tomorrow's show.
Okay. Sponsored by USPS. Get the ground advantage with reliable, affordable package shipping. Here's Caleb Williams. Yesterday we debuted a new segment, QB Pyramid.
Mahomes Mountain.
That was then renamed Mahomes Mountain. You called Caleb Mahomes 2.0, and Caleb has heard similar comparisons. Take a listen.
The Patrick Mahomes thing, I've seen it. I don't think anything of it.
You remind me of this player doesn't mean because he's the best, you're going to be the best guy right after him. But we have a guy in Joe Burrow that stylistically and traits-wise and physical traits and all those things remind you of Tom Brady.
That's because he looks like Patrick Mahomes. Doesn't mean he's going to have the success that Patrick Mahomes.
Of course.
That's what you just said. But yet I'm going to put him on the third tier with a bunch of NFL quarterbacks who are established. And I'm not even going to acknowledge the rookies who are playing. And there's two quarterbacks who are starters in the league that I'm not even going to put on the league
That was
on the list. So I'm not putting any pressure on him, except I'm going to put him on the third thing.
Oh, put plenty of pressure on him.
I was excited to see Caleb in the playoffs, but he didn't get there.
Okay, that's USC's defense is a travesty.
So he lost second. And then
Texas Tech was 7-5 every year.
Mahomes has had some bad defenses or mediocre,
in
and
college,
he's
he was
overcome.
7-5 every year.
And Caleb did only have 4 interceptions, which is great. But there was one.
Only facts.
Wait, but there's one in the Utah game and then one in the bowl game. So they lost the last 2 games of the season, right?
Yeah, they did.
And then against Utah, the first time they scored 44 points, and they scored 24 points. So
Guy
the
won the
second
Heisman Trophy.
That's great. That's fantastic. There's a lot of Heisman Trophy winners that aren't on the quarterback list that we put together the other day.
We just don't think he should be on a quarterback mountain.
What, did you guys have a meeting without me? What's this week?
Yeah,
what are you guys talking
We love him. He's a friend of
This
the
is
show.
an intervention.
A friend of the show, but you put college guys on.
Well, okay.
That was a mic drop from Coach.
Okay.
All right. But I am going to say something, but that was Coach. That was a mic drop. I love everything about Caleb. All right. But Nick.
What?
Patrick Mahomes 2.0? You're a wordsmith. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2.0
better.
means better.
No, that's not what I mean.
When you talk about Trevor Payton,
No,
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and knowing how much you love Mahomes, say you don't mean it that way. But saying he's Patrick Mahomes 2.0 does technically mean better. And when you said Trevor Payton, and when you said, who was the other comparison?
Brady Burrow.
Brady
I don't
Burrow.
think any of those guys
You
are
said
better.
remind me.
No.
You didn't say Burrow is Brady 2.0 or Trevor
Yes, I
is
did.
Payton.
I've been calling.
I'm just saying.
I've been calling
2.0
Trevor Payton 2.0 for months.
All right.
Yes,
well,
but I don't mean better. I mean the next version.
But here's the thing. Even that, like Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback we've ever seen. He's not goated.
Well, let's slow.
He's not goated yet. I get it. He's got to win more to be goated. But just eye test. I've said this before. Everybody knows that. Sports Illustrated is, documented. But he is the best we've ever seen. And here's the thing I'm going to
throw that around like it's nothing. He's not the best we've ever seen.
He is. He is
Mahomes?
quite honestly the best we've ever seen.
Today.
Okay, very good.
But here's what I want to throw at you. And Coach mentioned this, the pressure. You were bothered, and understandably so, when people came out and said what they said about Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Right? Aren't you doing the same thing?
me of X. This guy is the new Dan Marino. This guy is, as I've said with Trevor, the new Peyton Manning. We have Mahomes is young enough. We usually only do it when guys have retired. This is the first guy that I have seen that I say, you know what? If you're trying to compete with the most talented quarterback that we've ever seen in Patrick Mahomes, a guy who shares a lot of his traits and is going to win the national championship and is going to be the number one pick of the draft, might be a good place
I would
to start.
like to hear reminds me of Patrick Mahomes.
Okay,
but not Patrick
then
Mahomes.
record that in your
Patrick
voice memo and
Mahomes
play it
like
back.
Patrick Mahomes.
The closest thing he's seen to Patrick Mahomes in sports or history or whatever.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
You still
That's
like Baby
big.
Goat, though, right?
Yeah, how'd that work out? Think about it. How'd Baby go?
Coach Nat Hackett finally commented on the things that Sean Payton said about him. They weren't very nice. So here's Coach Hackett. Take a listen.
As a coach, as a coach's kid, we live in a glass house. We know that. We all live in different rooms. We all got a key for it. And it's one of those things that there's a code, there's a way things are done in that house. And, this past week, it's frustrating and it sucks, but we're all susceptible to it. There are things that you do, mistakes you make, and it costs you time on the field, costs you your job, all those things. And I own all that stuff.
Coach, I don't know if you watched the whole press conference, but it was excellent. What was your reaction?
To a lot of degree, he's right. Look, everybody who's been in the NFL for a long time has been fired, has been hired in different spots, has taken the way to, you typically don't say it. And there is also the element of we all have families, we all have people that surround us, and nobody wants to have their family hear that either. So there's that human component of it too.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think Sean Payton made a grievous error. I think that the best thing the Broncos had going for them was they weren't the topic of conversations. There weren't high expectations. They were somewhat under the radar, unlike last year when they were going to threaten not only the Chiefs in the AFC West, but the whole conference to potentially win it. And they were legitimate Super Bowl, all of it. Nobody was talking about the Broncos. And now this happened last week. It's Wednesday. Every show's talking about it. Tomorrow night's the Hall of Fame game involving the Jets. Guess what? It's going to come up there. Tuesday, the first episode of Hard Knocks comes out. You think this is going to be covered? Because I do, which means Wednesday, a week from today, this is still a story. And now all of a sudden a Broncos team that I believe is going to be a bad football team, not as awful as last year, but the idea that Nat Hackett they were dead, Wilds had the graphic, they were dead last in offense in everything, basically. The idea that is the primary culprit is the coach, to me, is laughable. The primary culprit is the guy in the graphic, and he's still there. And so Brew, I think Nat Hackett became a sympathetic figure here, where you do feel, I was highly critical of what I thought was egregious game management stuff. Right. But that's also my job, and I think coaches are probably used to people on TV criticizing them different than one of the other people in the football fraternity saying it's the worst coaching job I've ever seen in the NFL.
And you don't know what's going on in the background, and especially as a new head coach who gets this quarterback